Good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Faith, Lies, and Confusion. I'm your host, Godless Reggie, alongside with my beautiful co-host, the Afro Atheist. How are you today?
I am good, thank you. Good to be here doing number two. Been looking forward to this one.
Me
Yeah,
too. Oh,
I enjoyed part one, so
me
yeah,
too. Me
it's
too.
good to watch.
Also, I have my other beautiful co-host alongside with me, the Vessel of Dishonor. How are you today?
Hello, Reggie. Hi, Afro. Hi,
See,
everybody.
this
I'm
one
well,
has
thank you.
this one
You're
has been missing in action.
welcome.
It's been a hectic week, guys. It's been hectic.
My week was rough too. I'm not gonna lie, my work week was rough, rough, rough. Dealing with new employees, training them. Tomorrow I'm right back at it, but gotta pay the bills, you know.
Absolutely.
So last week we did a very interesting stream about the Mormon Church, LDS Church, whichever one you would prefer to call it. It went very well. I decided to do part two because we left so much on the table. We actually never even discussed really Brigham Young, his influence on the religion, or anything about him. And we, how long were we on it for? More than 2 hours?
Yeah, so
Yeah, we were on for a while. It was very interesting. I learned some new things. The underwear thing that was quite interesting. We'll touch back on that. Certainly, we'll certainly touch back on that. Um, right away, actually, because it's quite interesting. I know Vessel probably is waiting to see that part as well. But let's get right into it. I want to read something a little description of Brigham Young before we start showing videos. So let's talk about him just a little bit. And hello, everybody that's stopping by, that's watching at home. We were supposed to start this about 2 hours ago, but technical difficulties. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to make it bigger. Okay, so Brigham Young was born June 1st, 1801. He was an American religious leader and politician. He was the second president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the LDS Church, from 1847 until his death of 1877. During his time as church president, Young led his followers, the Mormon pioneers, west from Nauvoo, Illinois, to the Salt Lake Valley. He founded Salt Lake City and served as the first governor of the Utah Territory. Young also worked to establish the learning institution that would later become the University of Utah and Brigham Young University. A polygamist, Young had at least 56 wives and 57 children. He formalized the prohibition of black men attending priesthood and led the church in the Utah War against the United States. His early life. Now, I didn't know that last part that he led the Utah War against the United States. I was unaware of that. Young was born again in 1801 in Whittingham, Vermont. He was the ninth child of John Young and Abigail Nabby Howe. Young's father was a farmer, and when Young was 3 years old, his family moved to upstate New York, settling in Chenango County. Young received little formal education, but his mother taught him how to read and write. At age 12, he moved with his parents to the township of Genoa, close to Kavuga Lake. His mother died of tuberculosis in 1815. Following her death, he moved with his father to Tyrone, New York. While there, Young's father remarried to a widow named Hannah Brown and set Young off to learn a trade. Young moved to Auburn, New York, where he was apprentice to John C. Jeffries. He worked as a carpenter, glazier, and painter. One of the homes that Young helped paint in Auburn belonged to Elijah Miller and later William Seward, and now is a local museum. With the onset of the Panic of 1819, Jeffries dismissed Young from his apprenticeship, and Young moved to Port Byron, which was then called Bucksville. Young reported having a strict Puritan style Christian upbringing. He used tobacco but did not drink alcohol. He refused to sign a temperance pledge, however, stating that if I sign a temperance pledge, I feel that I am bound. And I wish to do just right without being bound to it. I want my liberty. So I knew a little bit about Brigham Young. I knew that allegedly that he was racist. I didn't know um, that he led that movement. Um, I think less of him now, but it just goes to show that every sect of Christianity has its own racism, and it's normally pointed at us. So I don't get it. How you feel, Afro?
Um, it's interesting just knowing that, there are all these different people that are attached to this cult. I've never heard of Brigham Young. In fact, when you first said it, I thought you said bring them young. I was thinking, who are we bringing? Who are we bringing? Who are the young people we're bringing in? That's what I thought you said. Bring them young. So I was thinking, okay, we're bringing them young today. Hallelujah.
He probably did bring them young. I'm quite certain he brung them young,
The
because
doctor.
if he had that many wives, I doubt if they was his age. I'm pretty sure they was younger. So
So
yeah,
we
I'm
bring
pretty
them
sure.
young. Okay.
I'm positive of it. I'll show a video of him too as well.
Oh, it's a video.
I'm shocked at the amount of wives he had. When did he get
How many did he
time?
have?
56? What time did he have to? Uh, how do you get to see all of them? Does he even remember them? I mean, I could sneak in there and claim to be one of his wives, and he wouldn't, or
Mm.
children, and he wouldn't say no. He'd just take my word for it.
I think the numbers are off too, because I don't see how a person can have. I mean, it's possible. It's definitely possible, but it's very unlikely that a person would have 56 wives and 57 children. That don't. I don't see it like that.
Um, what are you guys talking about? It is very possible. When you've got money, you've got power, and when you're able to convince people that you are speaking on behalf of God, and this is what God will want you to do. I'm telling you, you do not underestimate the power of those the actions behind people who do this. Because look, you can get people to do just about anything. You can get people to do anything. You can get them to unalive people. You can get them to, go after their own families, do things that weird stuff. And they won't say anything. They won't question it. They just think that is what they're supposed to do. 56 wives? Absolutely.
No, no,
Jeff, what's the other one? The Jeff guy. He had how many? He had loads of them.
no. I'm not denying that. This is what I'm saying to you. Okay, it would be kind of hard for you to have two children and end up having two grandchildren. It can happen, but more than likely, it's going to be multiples. What's the odds of him having 56 wives and only having one kid with damn near every last one of them? That's what I'm saying. I think the
Okay.
number. I think the number would be different. I think it would be like 70, 100, something. Like you just hit it one time, got her knocked up, and quit fucking with her. Like, how do you only have one kid, each one of your wives, except
Okay.
for one of them?
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, I
And
was thinking about it. Like maybe he spends 2 weeks at a time with each one, and then comes back around. I don't know.
So altogether, how many children did he have?
let me look again. Let me look one more time. So it doesn't really give an exact number. It said a polygamous Young had at least 56 wives and 57 children. So they
Uh-huh.
don't they don't know. I just think that that number is suspect. You know what I mean? That don't
Okay.
sound right
Okay.
to me.
Or maybe some didn't have kids and some had one, two. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
It's possible, but I just think that that's an unlikely number. You know?
Okay. Okay. Oh, well, if you say that's unlikely, then you have not read the book of Solomon. You have not read about Solomon. Solomon had 700 wives, 300 concubines, and only 4 children attached to him. Huh? Only
You-
4 children recorded to that guy. He had
ain't-
1,000, uh, he had access to 1,000 uh, fertility
you know what?
ground where babies can come forth, and only four.
Not 2,000 years prior to the Trojan man. You get that?
Hmm?
You know what the Trojan man is?
No,
So look, we got these condoms like that's probably like one of the top brands in America. They call Trojan, right?
condoms. Did you say condoms?
Yeah, in their commercial they be like Trojan man. So what I'm saying is,
England men.
yeah. So what I'm saying is, there's no way that's possible.
I'm here as
Two
well.
thousand 2,000 years prior to the Trojan man, ain't no motherfucking way. Ain't no way.
Yes,
Because there wasn't no condoms. He was in everything raw. Ain't no way.
They must have been spreading diseases amongst themselves. And that thrush.
Ooh,
Ew.
had this stink for sure.
firing blanks.
And they never washed.
You
Ooh.
come on now. Oh, and special underwears as well. Oh,
So I always reference this. It seems like, but it's almost like the Wilt Chamberlain lie, right? He said he had sex with 20,000 women.
who said
Twenty
that?
thousand. A former
Who said
NBA
that?
player and a former NBA player in the 60s and 70s. He said he had sex with 20,000 different women. And guess how many kids he said he got?
Do you believe
The
that?
Magic
Uh,
Johnson,
No, no, imagine, no, 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 no. But guess how many kids he said he got?
10?
20.
None.
What?
Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no motherfucking way. And
No,
then the thing,
Reggie. Reggie. No, 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 no. There is a way.
well,
There is a
no, it's
way.
not.
No, no, there
No,
is.
it's not.
There is. No, I tell you what the way is. I tell you what. He is infertile.
But
He is
20,000,
infertile. He
20.
is infertile. Reggie,
Okay,
he is
I give you that.
infertile.
I give you that.
Has
But
not got the ability to
right.
impregnate anyone.
But the 20,000 is the more far fetched part.
Okay.
It's impossible. And then this is during. Do y'all know what Jim Crow is and segregation
Yes.
is?
Yes. The Jim Crow
He's
laws and Jim Crow.
he's he's black. So
He's black.
there's some places in those days he couldn't even come outside. There's some places, some hotels he wasn't even allowed to go to. There's some cities he couldn't even go outside in dark. There's some he could go to jail or get lynched in those days for talking to white women, all kind of shit. So more than 70% of the population you don't have access to. Some of them gonna give it up. I give you that. Some of them gonna be like, daddy, fuck you. But a lot of them is not even gonna fuck with you. So there ain't no way. It's not no way.
20,000. That's a lot.
That's not no way. That's not no way.
20,000.
20,000 and oh. Mm-mm,
I'm still reeling by the 1,000.
mm-mm.
What's his name in the Bible? What's that guy's name? Solomon. So 20,000. That's just ridiculous.
No, 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 no dick can take 20,000 miles. No, no, no. 20,000?
20,000 miles.
Mm-mm. You
No,
can't take
Reggie,
that.
no, you can't say
Mm-mm.
20,000 miles. 20,000 miles would have to be, you have to at least add some more mileage to that because some of them it will hit at least twice, 3 times.
I don't. I don't even think that I want that much in my 20,000.
But why did he
No?
start counting?
First of all, he can't count that high. Who can count that high? Think about
Did he have a book? Maybe he had a book and he was writing names down.
it. When did he have time to write it, Vessel? When? When do he sleep? When do he eat? When was he playing basketball? When did he wash his ass? When? He would have been had to hitting like 6 or 7 a day for like 20, 30 years straight. I doubt if his dick can last that long. I doubt that. I doubt that. Do you know how many STDs he would have had to encounter in them days?
Mm, mm. And those days, the treatments that we have for STIs
Mm,
now, the access to those back then, even if they had them,
right.
for somebody who was, of course, a black man. in that sort of times. Now, 20,000, he was exaggerating.
But at
Even
least
2,000, even 2,000, I would.
2,000 is a lot. I would say 2,000 is possible, but you would probably have to be a porn star to pull that off.
Mm,
Good 20-year run. Maybe Ron Jeremy or something. Maybe him.
Ron Jeremy. I
He
didn't
may
heard that name in a long time.
he may have got to the 2 or 3,000 mark. He may have, because he started 70s or whatever. Probably still worked to the 2000s or whatever. He may have done that, but 20. Come on, come on, man. Either way,
Have
it's success.
anyone seen Unkindness?
No, I haven't seen her in a while.
Might need to
Hey, what's
might
up,
need
Ninja?
to drop a message. See how she's doing.
If
Hey,
you
how's
out there,
it going? How's it hanging? I'm working on my new headphone setup, so you'll have to excuse me, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
We hear
I'm
you. We
As
hear
you can
you.
see, the view is fabulous as always.
Hey,
We
yes,
hear.
Angel.
There she is.
Mhm.
There she
Mhm.
is.
No, me and
kind of.
Angel are supposed to be doing something
There
right
she
about now.
is.
Oh, here you go.
Doing
Hey.
something. Because me
I'm
and
about to
Angel
play.
are supposed to be doing something right about now. But it's all right.
I know, I know. I lost track. I got lost in the movie. I got lost, and then was having technical difficulties, so I dropped from yours. And when I went to go back, I was like, I don't even know if we on the same movie anymore. And then I saw Reggie's message, and here I am. When
So I was
Reggie
watching
calls, I
Nollywood.
must follow.
Okay.
She went to watch Nollywood.
Was y'all watching Nollywood or something?
Yeah, we're watching it live and doing live commentary.
Okay.
Oh,
I
yes.
definitely I want to see that. Let me play this video about Brigham Young. What's up, Dean?
I can't seem to get it together today. I'm trying to stay on topic, but my mind is everywhere. I feel like there's a squirrel in my brain. Like I lost my pack of cigarettes today. I left them on the back of somebody's car. I had finally bummed a cigarette because I'm too lazy to go to the store, but now I can't find the lighter that usually is in a pocket or a bra. I am lost today, just so lost. And all started when I was watching some Nollywood movies. I've just been lost since I turned on Nollywood.
Y'all done messed us up with that damn Nollywood. I can't wait to watch one of them crazy movies.
Man, what they call religious and the one that I am currently watching, oogada boogada. That's all I'm gonna say. Oogada boogada. I don't know what else to say to that. Cause oh my goodness, what the heck? That ain't following nobody's imagination at all.
Brigham Young, a towering figure in Mormonism, began his professional career as a carpenter and painter. Born in 1801 into a poor Vermont farming family, Brigham Young was the ninth of 11 children. At age 16, Young left home to start a career as a carpenter, painter, and farmer. He married his first wife in 1824, and in 1829, the couple moved to Minden, New York, which was close to the city where Joseph Smith was in the final stages of preparing the Book of Mormon. Although he had converted to Methodism in 1823, Young was drawn towards Smith's newly formed church called the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints from his first encounter with the Book of Mormon in 1830. 2 years later, he was baptized into the Mormon Church and became a missionary. The rest of Young's life was spent in service to the Mormon Church. Brigham Young helped support Joseph Smith against the hostile communities that drove Mormons out of their territories. He carried the Mormon message to England in 1840, gaining many converts among the urban working class. By 1841, his devotion had impressed Joseph Smith so much that Young was made the president of the Quorum of 12 Apostles, the governing
Um,
body of the church, second in power only to the Mormon leader. When Joseph
sorry.
Smith was murdered by an anti-Mormon...
Um, there's a clip going around Twitter of you guys. Where's it going? Where's that comment gone?
Oh no, I keep putting it up there because I'm trying to give them light. So they saying stuff in the comments. So I told them yesterday, right? Some shit. I'm explaining to you a little bit. They said that they're gonna keep fucking with me and spreading around that I'm protecting a pedophile. E, thank you so much. Thank
What?
you. Please keep doing that. Make sure you put at Godless Reggie. Make sure you at me in the E. Thank you. Make sure every time, listen, I hope that you follow and subscribe. Every time you see me, please tell the whole world your exact same message. You don't realize that you're giving me free promotion. You getting me where I need to be. Thank you. Appreciate it. What's up, Denisha? What's up, Dean? So yes,
This person is just a troll.
stories on Kiwi
This
Farms.
person is a troll. Don't even know what all those are.
Right.
So don't even
Listen,
know what all those are. I don't go on Twitter. I don't go on all these things. So you're just wasting your time. Reggie,
right.
please just ignore that fool. Just ignore them.
They're giving me free promotion. Listen, E,
Yeah, but just ignore them. Just
I don't even got no Twitter. So make sure you put it on there at Godless Reggie. So I want the world to know me. You're giving me free promotion. And this is the same thing that I was telling you yesterday about the person that you're trying to save. Y'all don't realize the more y'all people talk shit about y'all, the more money you make. So feel free to talk all the shit you want about me. Because just yesterday, I was nobody. Today I'm somebody. See how that works?
So for people who don't understand what's happening, we did a stream. We did a stream yesterday, and we were talking about this lady who is a converted Muslim, right? She converted to Islam, and she now lives in Kuwait with her husband, right? And so recently, it's one of these rabbit holes that you from time to time, depending on, it's just something that I stumbled across, right? This particular rabbit hole. And I wanted to do a stream about this Muslim woman who is in her full hijab, raging online. And so we came on to have a just talk about the her rage online. And these people came in the chats to come and tell us that, oh, but she has a reason to rage. There was a reason why she was raging. She was raging at that person because that person was defending a pedophile. And Reggie said, but how can you say that when she, her religion, the one who started the religion is actually he's a pedo himself. He married
Right. And he is.
a child, right? Married a 6-year-old child. And so
Right.
these people are trying to say, oh, but Reggie is trying to uh
Defend a child
defend
rapist.
the current child rapist against that happened a long time ago, right? But that
Right.
was completely taken out of context, and just people looking for trouble. But something, sometimes you have to let people just go ahead and do what they do best. Just absolutely crazy.
But
Okay.
either way, it doesn't make a difference because the person that they're saying I'm defending, I have no idea who this person is. They feel like, oh, because we told you. I don't care what you told me. I'm not defending it. My point is, and I'm gonna say this for the last time. Every time you come on here, I'm gonna address you back. I hope you come on every stream that I am, and I hope you really are putting me on Twitter. I hope you really are promoting me. Thank you so much. But every time you come on here, I'm gonna say it again, right? Um, my point to her was this: you can't cry about people talking shit about you when you're a shit talker.
Mm-hmm.
If she's defending, if what she's saying is that person is defending a pedo, that's one situation, right? But on top of that situation, you can't say a person is defending a pedo when you worship a person who married a child. He is a pedo.
Mm-mm.
On top
Mm-mm.
of on top of the fact, Afro even stated that she defended a sex offender.
A pedo,
So
yeah.
so either way, you're never gonna make me mad because I can't defend a person that molested a child because I still do not know who it is. I don't care nothing about that fat ass funny shaped girl. The reason why I was brung to the stream is because I don't know anything about her. So if you want to give me praise and notoriety and make me famous to save your fat ass fucking friend, feel free to do it. If you want to talk shit, please do, because that's all I do is talk shit. That's all I do.
And I don't. I only caught some of that particular one because I got bored quickly and I left. But my point is this: Reggie, they converted to that religion. Why would you convert to something you have to defend
Exactly.
already?
Right.
Makes no sense.
Right. And then my other premise was, I don't see why she's complaining about the flack that's coming to her and people that are saying shit to her, because at the end of the day she's getting paid. I'm telling you right now, I wish I made what she made for doing this shit. And if I can make that amount, you can talk all the shit you want about me, because at the end of the day, I'm the cash cow, and she literally is the cash cow, literally and figuratively. So you can record me, put on there all the fuck you want. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Yet,
Because they need your interaction to keep making that amount of money. Without your interaction, they don't make no rage money.
Was that a
exactly.
bet? Was that a bet that I heard?
And that was my birth for her.
Oh, you did that
Mm-hmm.
on
Mm-hmm.
purpose?
Mm-hmm.
Confirmation. No, I'm just playing. I be hearing that all the time on TikTok.
Gas got to come out one way.
Gosh. Reggie, not on the live. Hey, Danisha Freeman.
She brought some bullshit, so I brought it back to her. Fuck her.
Reggie.
Mormon mob in 1844, Brigham Young was on the East Coast gathering converts and raising money for the construction of an enormous temple. On his return, Young played a critical role in keeping the persecuted church together. He gathered them to move westwards towards Nebraska. Young hoped that Mormons would at least find the freedom to worship and live as they pleased. Late in 1847, his leadership was confirmed when he was named president and prophet of the church, inheriting the authority that the founder Joseph Smith once had. Young met the challenge of making a new life in Utah by expanding the role and responsibilities of his church. Through the church, he directed political decision-making, economic development, cultural affairs, law enforcement, and education. Young is credited for instituting a church ban against men of black African descent, even though Young's predecessor, Joseph Smith, did not deny black people rights.
So again, they're saying that Brigham Young is the one who started that anti-black priesthood shit. So anyone out there watching, that's what he said. So again, I don't really understand why any black person would
Mm-hmm.
go to this religion. It's just another example. Every set of Christianity that I've ever heard, not called Hebrew Israelites, is pretty much, well, even that one, if you really look at it from a different angle, but it's always derogatory towards black people, and it always puts us in a subservient position or second class at best. So I don't understand it.
The money is always in the breakdown. There's always going to be another breakdown, another fraction, so on and so on.
Exactly. Denisha, you always on point. Exactly.
After settling in Utah in 1848, Young announced a ban which also forbade blacks from participating in Mormon temple rites such as the endowment. In 1863, Young stated that men or women who mix blood with blacks shall be sentenced to death. To strengthen the church and its authority within Utah, Young constantly
Did y'all hear that?
Wait,
And
say
it
that
stated,
again. Anyone who mixed what with
I
blacks?
heard that and my blood pressure
Can
shot
you,
up.
can you say that again, please? What was
I'm
it
gonna
you
slow
said?
it. I'm gonna slow it down too.
Okay, I didn't hear that.
ban against men of black African descent, even though Young's predecessor, Joseph Smith, did not deny black people rights. After settling in Utah in 1848, Young announced the ban which also forbade blacks from participating in Mormon temple rites such as the endowment. In 1863, Young stated that men or women who mix blood with blacks shall be sentenced to death. To
I guess he wasn't
What
playing.
does that mean? When you mean mixed blood, what does that mean?
If you have a kid by a black person, we hanging that ass.
No, like you had sex with.
Right,
Hmm.
right, 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 right,
Oh,
right.
wow.
But let's
No, the sex was allowed. I think that having the children was not allowed.
right. It's the offspring that was not allowed. The sex was allowed. The offspring was not. And somehow along the way, they lost the knowledge of how to avoid pregnancy, especially when you don't want it for real.
Oh, wow.
Mm-mm-mm.
Side note, in 2022 or 2023 in Utah, a beautiful math teacher of the Mormon religion had her um, fellow human beings in Utah of that religion actually had her son deported, even though he had lived here his entire life, but she never had his paperwork completed. So they had him deported. And unfortunately, I don't know how that story turned out. They blocked me on TikTok. So I will, no, they left TikTok. They left TikTok. They left TikTok. So I don't know how that story turned out, but it did happen for real still in this day and age.
Mm. Guess it doesn't pay to follow their religion.
To strengthen the church and its authority within Utah, Young constantly encouraged emigration, offering to finance wagon trains so they could make the 1,400-mile trek on foot. Young established Mormon colonies throughout Utah and in the neighboring Arizona, Nevada, and Idaho territories. He also worked to stabilize the church by making its people economically self-sufficient. He encouraged the local manufacture of goods that might otherwise be imported from the East, and he discouraged enterprises like mining that might require or invite outside investors. Shortly after the arrival of Young's pioneers, the new Mormon colonies were incorporated into the United States through the Mexican Cession. Young petitioned the U.S. Congress to create the state of Desiree. The Compromise of 1850 instead carved out the Utah Territory, and Young was installed as governor and superintendent of Indian affairs. Over the next few years, Young became very successful. The success of the Mormons raised suspicions and provoked opposition from those outside the faith. Federal officials began to fear that Utah would become a theocracy in which church and state were indistinguishable. With the announcement in 1852 that plural marriage or polygamy was a basic tenet of the church, a public outcry began that accused Mormons of immorality. By 1857, these complaints had become so persistent that President James Buchanan, eager to find some way to distract attention from the issue of slavery, finally sent an army into Utah to suppress the Mormons using federal authority. This conflict would be called the Utah War. Young chose to combat the government by cutting off its troops' supply lines rather than engage them in battle. The conflict did give rise to the Mountain Meadows Massacre on September 1857, in which a party of 120 emigrants was murdered by Powhatan Indians and a band of Mormons led by John D. Lee. Despite this, by 1858, Brigham Young had reached reconciliation with the federal government, which issued a pardon for Mormon offenses and allowed the Latter-day Saints to practice their religion and build their community without interference. Over the next decade, Young watched his people and territory thrive. In 1861, Young contracted to build the transcontinental telegraph line from Nebraska to California, and then erected the 1,200-mile Desiree telegraph line from Franklin, Idaho to northern Arizona to connect all Mormon villages with one another and with Salt Lake City. The Mormons' missionary activities continued to flourish, and Utah's economy and population bloomed. In 1869, the completion of the Transcontinental Railroad at Promontory Point, Utah, posed a challenge to this prosperity by bringing a fresh influx of non-Mormons into the territory. But Young met the challenge by uniting the Mormons' political and economic power. At the same time, he secured passage of women's suffrage in Utah, which increased the number of Mormon voters and diluted the political influence of non-Mormons that the railroad brought into his domain. By the decade's end, federal officials were continuing their efforts to separate church and state in Utah, and the public was resuming its outcry against the Mormon practice of plural marriage. In 1871, Brigham Young was tried under an 1862 law that prohibited polygamy in the U.S. territories. By this time, he had married more than 30 wives, yet he was not convicted. Federal officials also sought to prove Young's association in the Mountain Meadows Massacre 20 years after the fact by bringing John D. Lee to trial in 1877, but Lee refused to implicate the Mormon leader. Brigham Young died shortly after the Lee trial due to a ruptured appendix on August 29, 1877. Even a decade after his death, the Mormons found themselves under attack by the government, who was determined to strip away the economic and political powers of the church. Young was a leading Western colonizer, energetic entrepreneur, clever politician, friend of natives, and effective sermonizer. The Mormon Church remains proof of Brigham Young's hard work and accomplishments.
So when your religious leader becomes your um not just your religious leader, he also becomes your no what okay no hold on let me when your religious leader starts to control other parts of your life, right? Apart from the religious side of things, he now wants to dictate who you should marry, who you should be friends with, um, where you should go, where you must live. You know, when that starts to happen, sadly, that is a cult. You are in a cult. The moment the religion starts to take that sort of hold over your life, that is a cult. And it is very, very easy for your leader, religious leader, to quickly become your cult leader. It's very easy. It just takes, you know, them saying, "Oh, can you do this for us? Can you?" You know, it starts very slowly, and over time, that's it. They reel you in.
I just hate his beard more than anything. Can y'all see me? Because I can't see myself.
No, so it's a black screen.
Yeah, I don't know what to
You
do.
you went out, came back, and a black screen.
It's okay.
You
But
can actually leave the stream and come back in, Reggie.
I did.
I know.
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know neither. But yeah, he's just a typical racist. Typical racist. I'm glad that the United States turned their back on him and kind of tricked him. That's what I got from listening to that because they kind of settled with him and then tried him later on. I'm glad
Wait,
they
what
got.
was the trick? What was the trick?
Did you
Specify the trick.
Did you see how they sent the troops or whatever, and then eventually they let them have like their statehood and have their church for X amount of time, and then you heard later on that they tried him for some shit
Mhm.
later on, even though he beat it, but he later died. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that they was like, oh yeah, it's okay, cool, go ahead, develop these little communities. Yeah, fix the land up. Yeah, build some shit. Yep, got your ass.
Ooh, slowly but surely they do that with each and every religion, don't they? Go ahead, gather around,
Mhm.
make your
Mhm.
rules,
Mhm.
build up, and now that you've done all that, here we come. Dun da da
Mhm.
dun.
Right.
They seize everything, right? They
Mm.
Yep.
confiscate everything, and it then becomes government property.
I mean, but who is he?
Property of the
Woo!
state.
Who was he to go there and just do that? Because, like they said, he's a flat out colonizer. It's not like that he just was doing something creative. Like they were saying, like all the great work and the hard work he did. Fuck him. You was stealing stuff from the natives. You're a colonizer. So they not. I'm
Right.
sure. I'm sure they sweeping up under the rug all the people you killed. And I know the way you
Mm.
felt about black people.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
know you killed some of them for sure.
Mhm. Mhm.
So fuck you.
Wait a minute. They went there, killed the natives off. The ones that they didn't kill off, they didn't call them black, and then they bought some other black people from some markets and stuff, mixed them in with those black people, but told all of their people who were quote unquote Caucasian, or at least could pass the brown paper bag test. Don't mix with them. Don't mix with them. We're trying to get lighter and brighter. We want everybody lighter and brighter.
Hmm. I've been to Utah. But I was in St. George. That's southern Utah. It's the desert. It's extremely hot. One thing I noticed while I was there, they had a university out there. I can't remember the name of it. It wasn't that far, but their logo was uh, Dixie of the West. And when I first seen that, I said, "Why are you claiming Dixie when that battle was going on? You were fucking Mexico. You didn't even have nothing to do with that." But now it makes sense. Now that I know this, ding, it makes perfect sense now. Oh,
And
racist.
And to now see the same Mormon church diversifying and going back into other states. They now want to leave Utah and take their same formed religion and bring it back to the areas that they left, aka New Jersey. I only know that to be a fact because I'm from New Jersey, so I stay abreast of the updated histories. And the Mormons are on their way back into New Jersey. I don't, I, I don't want that.
The Mormons are in Africa.
Oh Lord, they is spreading too far and too
They
wide.
are in Africa.
Them darn Kennedys asking everybody not what their country could do for them, but what they could do for their country.
Yes.
They is just spreading everywhere thanks to those darn Kennedys.
Listen, NJ, you're gonna hear me say this phrase over and over and over and over. It never ceases to amaze me how things from here, in specific religions, how they believe that shit in Africa. I tell Afro that every day. It's so hard to believe that they really believe this shit when you know it came from here. So this is what you let them do. You let them come from way over there, come to
Mhm.
you, come over here, bounce back, and go to you back again, and you believe it. Come on, man. Come on.
And I have watched week after week as Afro Atheist tries with all of her might to bring them out of the dystopia. And I
Mm,
watched them
mm,
claw their teeth into the dystopia, dig their heels in, and say, not me, I'm not moving. I
mm,
need this Jesus. I
mhm,
can't breathe without Jesus.
mhm.
I,
Yes,
I,
he's going
I
to save
just,
me.
I just don't understand it. I don't.
Me either.
Joseph
Not
Smith. Do you know any history like about Joseph Smith, NJ?
very vaguely. It's kind of like when I would touch on it by accident while looking up family history, because cousins and all those damn cousins. I claim none of my cousins. Very few, very few. About the best you'll get me to claim is a first cousin. Them second and third cousins, not mine. Don't know nothing about them. Nope. Mm-mm.
Listen, their own description of Joseph Smith. This is the Mormon's description of him, right? A man known for his tall tales. He's a motherfucking liar. He's a motherfucking liar. A fucking
But
liar.
they wrote it. But they wrote it pretty in the history books. It's a tall tale. They didn't use the word liar. You're projecting. You're projecting your own beliefs on them when you rephrase the word as liar. It's
Mm,
a
mm, mm.
tall tale.
A tall tale. Very
This
tall.
they believe he found some golden tablets that was hidden in North America in some unbeknownst place that was buried there for about 1400 years, and God instructed him to find them. And when you go to heaven, right, you got to answer to Elohim, Jesus, and him, because he's done more for humanity, even more than Jesus.
When I heard that we have to stand, well, this is what they believe, that on Judgment Day they have to stand before um, what's his name, Joseph Smith. I said, whatever that heaven is, just just sign me out. I'm not for it. Not
Stand before
interested.
him for what? He's not a Messiah. He's not a God.
No, he's gonna be one of the
Right.
people judging. He's listen.
Listen, and it was just literally up under a rock, NJ. He just had to just push this rock to the side. I wish you could see my hand. I don't know what the fuck wrong with my camera, but I wish you could see my hand moving right now. I mean, he just had to slide this motherfucker across.
Why don't you try doing it again or something? Try going out and coming back in. Try it again.
You know what?
Close the browser. Close the browser.
I don't know if it's gonna stop or not.
It won't stop. As long as you haven't ended it, it won't stop.
All right.
Right. And then right. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Okay. We have not stopped. We have not stopped.
No, shouldn't stop.
Are we knitting? Are we knitting? I keep saying I'm going to get some string and I'm going to start playing with the
I'm making a
making
blanket,
these.
but I'm making them in granny squares, all different granny squares, and then hopefully put them all together. I've always
I
wanted to
never
make
make it to the
that.
part where you're supposed to put them together. I can make granny squares all day, but I never get to the part where I'm supposed to put them together. I just end up with bags and bags and bags of granny squares. I'm
Hey, we see
terrible.
you.
Okay.
We see you, Reggie.
Reggie's back.
But yeah,
Now,
he
how
found
was
these
that
treasures.
hand moving the stone?
He just slid that motherfucker just like this out of
Huh?
his way.
What's
Just
that?
slid
Like
it.
open sesame, just like in the story that I've been reading with my grandson. Just
Perfect
open
square,
sesame.
perfect square cut out into the earth, and they just sitting there, and just reach in there and just grab them, and God just told him that they was there. And then he started writing these other
And they
fucking.
were made of gold too, something valuable. That like if I was to find gold, I'd be like, fuck whatever's written on here. I'm breaking this down. I'm breaking this down. I'm buying a house. I don't care what was written on it. We can make a copy of what was written on it. I need this gold. I need this gold.
I'm gonna play that cartoon a little bit later again, so you can see it, NJ. But I want to talk about their underwear. So they have these protective type underwear. Um, they're quite interesting. I'm gonna play a video. It's slightly comical. Um, let's check it out.
Oh, is this anything like a chastity belt? Or am I
No,
jumping
not
ahead?
not 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 really that far, but it's you'll see. You'll see.
I was just busy trying to figure out my first move in chess. You see, there are 169 octillion ways to open in the first 10 moves. What's octillion, you ask? Well, imagine a 1 with 27 zeros behind it. Yes, mind-boggling to think of the possibilities. But enough banter. My name is Ignatius Scott, and I like to talk to you about inventions. You see, not all inventions have to be mechanical. Yes, some inventions can even be clothing. Presenting the Mormon undergarment. It's a type of underwear worn by the Latter-day Saint movement. It is required for people who have participated in the endowment ceremony. They are required to wear these garments day and night as a constant reminder of their covenants they made in the temple. Nothing wrong with a little dedication to your faith. Personally, I couldn't do it. I can't stand to be in the same trousers for more than 7 hours. Now, these garments also provide protection against evil and temptation. Tales are told of LDS members being saved in car wrecks and natural disasters because they were wearing the clothing. Now, the reason they are white is because white is the symbol of purity. Mormons seek spiritual and physical purity. The cut
I
and
just wanted to stop it because I don't. I mean, he's clowning a little bit, but I don't know if you're really listening to what he's saying, right? Because I've seen this before and heard some of this before. But what he said was he said these trousers, these underwear, are known for saving people's lives through car accidents. And hold on, what else did he say? Give me 1 second. Play that again.
Mormons seek spiritual and of purity. Now, the reason they are white is because white is the symbol of purity. Mormons seek spiritual and physical purity. The cut and length of the outfit is designed to promote modesty. Obviously, no low-cut dresses will be worn with this thing on car wrecks and natural disasters because now these garments also provide protection against evil and temptation. Tales are told of LDS members being saved in car wrecks and natural disasters.
Yes, car wrecks and natural disasters. He's saying that people have told stories about that, about these underwear saving them.
They were wearing the clothing. Now, the reason they are white is because white is the symbol of purity. Mormons seek spiritual and physical purity. The cut and length of the outfit is designed to promote modesty. Obviously, no low-cut dresses will be worn with this thing on. You can see it has evolved throughout time in order to mirror changes in clothing.
Wait, is
Well,
that
that's
where
about all
long
the.
johns came from?
I like
Is
to
that
keep
where
my
long
boxers
johns
paid.
came from?
Sorry.
Say that again.
And I'm like, is that where long johns came from?
Probably.
Right. That's what I saw. I saw long johns. I saw long johns. Like Like that's like winter wear. Like nobody has sex in the wintertime because it's too damn cold. Like who's going to take all their clothes off to get under covers to procreate in the wintertime? Like the fire ain't big enough. The hearth is not warm enough.
That just reminded. That's just look very similar to a baby's baby grow.
Mm-hmm.
You know the baby grow that babies wear. No, that's just
Onesie.
yeah onesie. Yes.
What you mean, babies? I still wear onesies. Now, I prefer the ones with the flaps because, you know, the way the urgency of my bladder works, I need a flap. I can't be unzipping, taking the whole
Mm,
thing down. My onesie needs a flap. My onesie needs a flap. I need quick access for the toilet.
my bladder has started getting to that point where look, if I need to go, I need to go. If you mess around, it could be anything. So no
Well,
onesie for me. That's just no. It's just a no go area. Onesies are a no go.
Um, I said this before, but the way the ones that set up for the men, right? That's it's just not a good idea. Um, bare minimum, bare minimum. If you the cleanest guy around in the front part, it's gonna have yellow fucking stains in that shit. Your dick is sitting right on it. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. So I don't really see why anybody would wear that. And
and
you
I
know,
feel bad as a mother because I helped my sons because I would buy them colored boxes, not
Mm-hmm.
tidy whities. I would save them by not buying them tidy whities because
hmm
when I started noticing things in the laundry, number one, they had to start doing their own laundry. But
hmm
number two, I thought I would help them in their future endeavors by buying them colored underwear. The darker the color, the better.
right,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right.
So I'll tell you what I think. And this might sound completely out there, but there is. I will connect the dots. So when someone thinks about wanting to get people to wear such underwear, to me, I just think about the mind of the person who's doing this. What is going through their mind, right? So I think that they must have thought, okay, let's see, I will try this out and see if people will buy it, right? Try it out and if there is no opposition to it, then I might start small, start simple, make the underwear simple, and then go from there, right? Maybe when it started off as just a plain little thing, and then over time, oh, add this and add that. Now, the mind of that person, if you're looking for me, because of course the kind of work that I do, um, that's a sick, twisted mind that can tell people to do that. The reason why is they want to, every time they're gathered, right? Every time the LDS people are gathered, this person wants to have that feeling of control that right now everyone is wearing the underwear that I fucking told them to wear, right? This person knows that I'm not divine. I mean, I ain't shit, but everyone here believes me. And everyone right now is wearing the underwear, right? For them, it's a thing of control, right?
Gotta be.
I've got everybody here. You imagine them all wearing the underwear. It's a thing of ridicule as well, right? So if you are, say, think about this. If you are, say, you're a very wealthy person, right?
hmm
Wealthy, and you're a person of importance in the society, right? But then you believe in this thing going on here, and you now become a part of this club, right? Now, because you are part of these people here, now you have to wear that underwear. So think about the cult leader. Every time he sees you out and about doing your thing, doing your political endeavors, in his mind, he's saying, all those people out there can see you as the big guy, the big gun, but here I control him. He's wearing my underwear. He's wearing... So it's that sick. You have to think, right? There's a sick, twisted mind that can do that. I don't know if
Now
you.
my
I don't know if you understand where I'm coming from
Yes,
with that.
yes, yes. I understand exactly what you said.
right, I understood you perfectly, but my sick, twisted mind has taken it to 2024, and all I'm thinking of is gray sweatpants. There is nothing like a free fall
Oh,
in
great
gray
Come
sweatpants.
sweatpants.
on, man.
Ah, ah,
I
NJ,
love
This is
NJ,
gray
bullshit.
sweatpants season.
NJ,
I love it. Huh?
NJ.
Huh?
I
Huh?
love to see a man in gray sweatpants. Oh, absolutely. Mm-mm.
Yes.
There's something about the gray sweatpants.
That's why I'm watching
I
football.
like I like for him to walk towards me. Walk towards me. Come over here. Let's see you in your gray sweatpants.
There, there is nothing like Home Depot on a
Come over
Saturday morning with some gray sweatpants. Home Depot Saturday morning gray sweatpants. OMG. OMG. Like I have been enjoying 2 birthday parties in like 3 days. Like it's literally my
Give me some
daughter's
coffee.
birthday, right? Her husband's
Registered.
birthday, 2 days apart. And so what I have been enjoying is
Mm-hmm.
uh, all of the alcohol and gardening that is being done at this time. So
Mm-hmm.
my grandson, which is their offspring, likes to spend a lot of time in Home Depot. I mean, my grandson is very dedicated to Home Depot,
Oh,
and
wow.
I am a good grandmom. I like encouraging my grandson's hobbies, and right now he's very much into gardening. So I get to spend an optimal amount of time in Home Depot observing the gray sweatpants as they come in and out on Saturday mornings. And I appreciate my 7-year-old grandson for dragging me there on Saturdays and Fridays when all those gray sweatpants is out there. I appreciate him for doing that for his Nene. Awesome grandson. Awesome.
Did Reggie go and put on some gray sweatpants?
I think he did, and I ain't mad. I don't care what he come back with. It's just come on back, Reggie. Come back.
Did Reggie go and put on some gray sweatpants? So you
I'm
guys call them
here for it if he did.
you
I'm
guys
here
you
for
guys
it if he
call
did.
them sweatpants. You call them
No, no.
sweatpants. We call them jogging bottoms.
Jogging bottoms.
Those are
Okay, all
those
right.
are joggers. Yeah.
Okay. I
And
did
if it's
not know that they
a
had a different name. I did not know that they had a different name depending on the region. That is something new to me. I learned something new.
if
Is
it's a
y'all,
complete set, then it's what's it called? When it's a complete set,
Tracksuit.
it's a tracksuit. Yes.
y'all done having stick talk?
Hmm?
Are y'all done having stick talk?
Reggie,
What,
did you go?
Reggie? Did you object to the conversation? Did you object,
I
No,
or it
but
just
just
Reggie,
bored you?
no.
It
I
Reggie,
just
did
just
you
bored you.
I just started thinking to myself when y'all was talking, like, man, I need lesbian friends.
Reggie, did you go and put on? Did you go and put on some gray pants? Hmm?
Nah, because I have to wash my whites first, so I can put me a
Okay.
nice pair of socks in there too.
Okay.
Extra protection, you know.
Right.
You might not get it,
No, I don't get it.
but anyway,
No, I don't. I
Can
don't
you
get it,
can you
Reggie.
feel the sock? Do you need a
I
full
don't.
tube sock, or is it only an ankle sock?
Oh my
that's what
goodness,
I'm
I don't
saying. No,
get it.
I make sure when I stuff mine, I make sure I wear the extra long socks.
What are you stuffing?
Good, 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 good. Extra long, extra long. I mean, if you're gonna do it
What are
right.
you guys
I
talking
be
about?
I be stuffing my drawers. You know, it's cold in the United States.
Stuff in drawers.
I ain't about to get embarrassed out here. I know this is
Stuff
You
in
going
know,
way.
I
drawers.
saw,
This going way
I
past your
saw,
head.
right. It's going over her head, and I'm good with
Way
that.
past
I'm
your
good
head.
with that. I will not corrupt their mind. But I saw a movie once where they did the stuffing with just a roll of quarters. I said, who is impressed
Nah,
with a
I ain't
roll of
doing.
quarters?
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Especially not in the Northeast. You know how cold the motherfucking
What
quarters
are
is.
they
Right,
That's going to defeat the purpose.
right.
what are you guys talking about?
So this is what I'm saying. If I'm
This
gonna
is
put some
not
great,
fair.
listen, this is what I'm saying. If I'm gonna put some gray jogging pants on and go outside
Yeah.
in public, I'm gonna stuff a pair of socks in my drawers. That's what I'm telling you. So what she's saying is that she's seen a motherfucker put a roll of quarters in their shit. I'm saying that
A roll of
defeats the purpose
quarters. What's
because
a
them
roll of
damn
quarters?
quarters is too
What is a
cold.
roll of quarters?
Nothing natural.
What is a roll of quarters?
So look, when you go, okay, so if you try to go to the store or somewhere with a whole bunch of change and shit, right? Or
Right.
if you try to take some change to the bank, they're not gonna take it. The only way they're gonna take it is if it's rolled. If it ain't rolled, they ain't gonna take it. So it's about this long, about that thick, and she said, "Motherfucker be walking around with that in his drawers to try to make the impression that his dick is bigger than what you think it is." You get it now?
Yeah, oh my goodness.
I'm saying I'm going with a pair of socks. She asked me what size socks, ankle socks or the big socks. I told her the knee high bitches, the socks that come way up here that you wear in the wintertime. That's what I'm saying.
Oh my goodness.
See, that's that American slang. You know, sometimes you got to get
Thank
down.
you for making it worth my while. I need knee highs. I need knee highs.
Mhm.
Anybody that's working with ankle socks, I can't work with you. At least fool me all the way to the bedroom. Fool me all the way through.
No, that's not good.
And what
That's
I'm
not good.
saying is,
No,
there's
no, no,
no
no,
point.
no.
No, there's no point of putting no roll of quarters on yourself because it's too fucking cold for that shit. That's what I said. You get it? It
I
defeats
think
the
it's
purpose.
mm-mm.
Coldness causes a shrinkage. You get it? Get
Vessel, are you getting this?
I
Yeah,
got it. I got right. Vessel this
Vessel, are you getting
this
this?
Vessel is still doing 50%. Vessel is still working with 50%. 50% is the
Vessel, are
contract.
you getting this?
All right, let me push play on this video.
Long live the Queen, if you know what I mean. My name is Ignatius Scott, Lawmaster and Keeper of the Crypt of Knowledge. Now, if I do the Sicilian over now, I can't do the French over. Bobby Fischer, you old dog. If a man gets changed into a lion, does he become a lion or a lion? And what about a dog? Does he become a...
I thought it was more to it. It was just that. But yeah, their underwear is
Ridiculous.
definitely
Yeah.
an interesting situation. I think it's more so crazy on the believer. Like how
To
fucking
think underwear could have helped me keep my chastity. To think underwear could have been the solution to all the issues and problems of my childhood. Who would have thought?
right
Mere underwear.
some cotton ones at that too. Like I can see like when you asked about the chastity belt, that's why I'm like, nah, not really chastity. It's more like cotton. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Right.
very thin
Right.
layer. I've probably had masks during the pandemic that was a little bit thicker than that. So I'm not understanding what the fuck that's gonna do.
All that picking of cotton, all that picking of cotton that needed to be done for those special underwear
Right.
that would lead to the chastity of everyone except the people picking the cotton. Just thought I'd throw that out there for good measure.
And then got the nerve to get mad at us and don't like us. Like, where you gonna get your drawers from if you don't? That's me doing that, bro. So I don't see what the problem with us was. Like, why you don't like us? Why you gonna hang people if they have kids with us? Shit, that's more cotton pickers for you, motherfucker. Right? That's what I thought. They don't make sense. That's just like how I tell people about the border situation. Come on now, you know you don't really want to send them people back. You don't. And the only reason why you do is because you're just trying to recycle some more in because you really want them here. You really want to use them. You really want to just do all kind of fucked up shit to them. And then as soon as they say something back, oh, you illegal. You illegal. You take our jobs that you don't even want. So
Mhm.
it doesn't make sense.
That
I'm
part
confused.
right there,
I'm
that
confused.
part right there, that we don't want. We don't want the job. Somebody else is coming here to take the job. But instead of just giving it to them and paying them well so that they can keep on paying for shit while they're here, who cares what they send home? The
Who
point
cares?
is, while they are here, the purchases that they make are taxed by our individual states. So we are all winning and winning and winning and winning and benefiting from this. But instead of being happy and inviting more in, we want to get picky
Yeah,
about who we invite in, whom we allow this joy of paying taxes into a system they will not benefit from. It makes no sense to me.
it
We
makes no
should
sense.
be inviting more in to partake. Please keep on paying taxes so that I can get my free housing, free healthcare, free education, a cab all day, and UBI.
And then listen, on top of that, the areas that they were illustrating that he was spreading his religion, that's some of the last parts of the United States to actually be settled. That wasn't that long ago. That wasn't that long ago. Those places are still empty as fuck. Utah is empty as fuck. I seen it with my first hand. You got Salt Lake City, which is up north, and you got St. George. St. George is only 30,000 people. That's down south. That's it. That's all you got. The rest of the state is fucking empty as fuck. Who cares? You stole it from them anyway. So it's just a way of brainwashing people to uh, make fear United States, make them think that people coming here to do crimes or just crimes are already happening. There's this country was built on crimes. This
It's
country was built
funny.
on guns.
It's funny how they say, "Go back to your country, go back." But the people who are saying this, do they know their history?
Hmm.
Do they know how they got here?
Hmm.
If anyone should be going back, you who's telling people to go back, you should be going back.
They'd be like, I'm
No,
Irish,
no,
I'm Italian, I'm Scottish. They'd be telling you where they from. You know what I mean?
no, no. They do DNA tests now so that they can find that 1 or 2% that says that they are of the land and from the land. They
For 10.
literally do DNA tests to find that 1 or 2% that says that they are from here, originated here, deserve to be here, and can still be hateful. They just need 1%.
So
We all
a
got
quick
1%.
question, a quick question for you guys. I was listening to a live the other day, and the person was she wanted to debate with people who are going to vote for Trump. Right? That's the only people she wanted to talk to.
Hmm.
And some people came up and said, "I voted already." Have people started voting?
Yes, you can vote early.
Yes, we have early voting, and they use it as a polling system. They will actually start to count the early votes, but they won't give an official count. But they will use it as polling statistics, and they will try to convince you that one side is ahead of the other side, or that it's a close knit race, or something like that. But there are certain
Mhm.
numbers that they cannot count before the day. One of them being mail-in ballots; they cannot be counted in any way, shape, or form before the actual day. And
Mm.
but back to what you were saying, do they actually start voting? Yes, they have. And I find it interesting because it's not getting them what they thought. They thought it would just scream and holler that one side was chosen over another. And I
Mm.
don't think the numbers are coming out the way that the media, notice I said the media
Mm.
planned. So that's why I've been sitting back with my popcorn and my tea, laughing my ass off.
Mm. Okay, interesting.
So I'm gonna read a little bit about him and his influence again on Mormonism.
I want to take it back to the beard. I want to take it back to the beard because I'm a sucker for a beard. I am. I ain't gonna lie for the perpetrate. I'm a sucker for a beard, and you can always find them in so many churches. The gentleman that has that one streak of gray right up front in their hairline, it's just that one little patch. It's either dead set in the middle or to the right or to the left, but it's just that one patch of gray. But the reason I like beards is because usually they say, I've heard this, I can't confirm it nor deny it, but I've heard that if there's gray in the beard, it's because they offer a particular service to women, and their degree of um, ability in the service is determined by how gray their beard turns. If they're good at it, they get a very gray beard, specifically streaked in one particular area of the beard. And if they're bad at it, their beard stays remarkably young looking. It never actually gets that gray to it that it gets with certain services rendered. I've heard this. I can't confirm nor deny. I've just heard it. So it's made me particular to beards my entire life.
You can be fooled with that. You can be easily fooled with that. They got all kind of shampoos and all kind of bullshit now. You can be fooled like a motherfucker with that.
Yeah.
Listen, you got shampoos to get the gray out, and you got shampoos to put the motherfucking gray in now.
Oh wow, they got shampoo to put the gray in? No.
Unnecessary shit.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
Wait a minute. You mean to tell me that if a gentleman partakes in a particular skill set, they can get the gray beard naturally, but instead that they would come up with a chemical process to put the gray in?
They got the motherfucking shampoo that would make it would have your shit layered and everything.
I
Yeah,
can be fooled.
you
Oh
can
my
be
goodness.
anything now.
I'm Oh my goodness, I'm scarred. I'm scarred. I don't know where to begin. I don't know where to look. How am I supposed to do this thing called dating and choosing wisely? Because that's something else on another day that we can talk about. But there's this thing of we're supposed to choose wisely. But if there's tricks to the game, how are we supposed to choose wisely? I don't understand it.
Beware.
So you mean to tell me after all of this time and finally figuring out how condoms work, even though I happen to be allergic to latex myself, so I got to find my own alternatives that I can only hope and pray that the partner that I choose is going to use. Um, you mean to tell me I can also choose incorrectly just by believing things that used to work before in the past? Unbelievable. I'm so miffed. I don't even know where to. I'm scarred. I'ma just be quiet. I'm scarred. I'ma be quiet.
Think about it, NJ. Think about the products just for women they have when it comes to hair dye. You don't think that men's products would even come somewhere close to that? Because I know you could do that with women's products. There's all
Right. I
kinds
when
of women's products you do
when
that.
I when I found the man's weave with the glue on and the fade and all of that, and that it even worked with locks and stuff. I've been floored ever since. And having gone through chemotherapy and having my hair thin just a little bit since I've had that, I understand that there are tricks in the hairstyles that we choose, but it never dawned on me in a million years until social media that the men were partaking in these tricks of the light, so to speak. Also, it just never occurred to me.
Atlanta's an amazing place down there. You definitely can be fooled with everything.
Woo, don't even get me started. I learned a long time ago I could never hunt in Atlanta because what you see is not what you get in
What you
Atlanta.
see is not what you get down there. I'm about to play that cartoon for you, NJ, so you can see it. I'm gonna put it on 1.5 speed though.
Hey, Miss Masani.
Are in direct conflict with biblical Christianity. The following piece of animation, based directly on actual Mormon publications, highlights these major doctrinal differences.
Mormonism teaches that trillions of planets scattered throughout the cosmos are ruled by countless gods who once were human like us. They say that long ago on one of these planets, to an unidentified god and one of his goddess wives, a spirit child named Elohim was conceived. This spirit child was later born to human parents who gave him a physical body. Through obedience to Mormon teaching and death and resurrection, he proved himself worthy and was elevated to godhood as his father before him. Mormons believe that Elohim is their heavenly father and that he lives with his many goddess wives on a planet near a mysterious star called Kora. Here, the God of Mormonism and his wives, through endless celestial sex, produced billions of spirit children. To decide their destiny, the head of the Mormon gods called a great heavenly council meeting. Both of Elohim's eldest sons were there, Lucifer and his brother Jesus. A plan was presented to build planet Earth, where the spirit children would be sent to take on mortal bodies and learn good from evil. Lucifer stood and made his bid for becoming savior of this new world. Wanting the glory for himself, he planned to force everyone to become gods. Opposing the idea, the Mormon Jesus suggested giving man his freedom of choice, as on other planets. The vote that followed approved the proposal of the Mormon Jesus, who would become savior of the planet Earth. Enraged, Lucifer cunningly convinced 1/3 of the spirits destined for Earth to fight with him in revolt. Thus, Lucifer became the devil and his followers the demons. Sent to this world, they would forever be denied bodies of flesh and bone. Those who remained neutral in the battle were cursed to be born with black skin. This is the Mormon explanation for the Negro race. Those that fought most valiantly against Lucifer would be born into Mormon families on planet Earth. These would be the lighter-skinned people, or white and delightsome, as the Book of Mormon describes them.
Yes.
Early Mormon prophets taught that Elohim
I figured y'all would like that part. That's my favorite part right there.
There is nothing like gardening, caffeine, and alcohol on a Sunday to hear a good story. OMG, I am floored right now. Oh my goodness. That is why I have this complexion. Are you for real? Oh my God. Now I want to go fuck with Mormons. Now I want to go move to a Mormon neighborhood and just walk around fucking with them. I am the demon they warned you about. I'm here in your neighborhood. I'm coming for all your men. I am going to bring them to the demon side. Oh my goodness. Do they have 2 coins to rub together? Can I get their life insurance policy in my name? What? What? I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I want to scar every single last Mormon forever. Where is the largest population? Never mind. I can Google that.
Utah.
But I'm
U-
moving. I'm moving.
Utah. Is Utah.
Let's all set up a spot in Utah. Did you know that even though my parents bought a 4-bedroom, 2-bath townhouse in 1980 for $65,000, right now in 2024 for the same $65,000, I can get a trailer that sleeps 1 for the back of my bicycle? Are we not coming up in the world?
How you feel, Vessa? Vessa, you still here?
Now, Reggie, this just made me really angry that they would say something like that. And I think this formed the basis for colorism as well,
Hmm.
because you do have colorists within the Black community would prefer someone light skin or someone, you know, even when you're going out for jobs and things like that, you'd have to be a certain shade of Black and you get more opportunities than everybody else. This is real sad.
Hmm. Over here, that started with slavery. The beginning of this religion is kind of towards the end of slavery. That's where the guy is getting some of his ideology from. Um, it's the same situation as you just said throughout slavery. The lighter the slaves were, number one, they were more valuable. Well, it depends if if you needed somebody for the field or not, because if it didn't matter what color they was in the field. But if they were a girl, they definitely were more valuable if they were light skinned, because they want to fuck them for sure. Um, but also the lighter skinned ones were most times the more desirable ones and the ones they would let sleep in the house. That's where the term house nigga come from, and field nigga. That's the ones that were out in the fields, the darker skinned ones, or the bigger and the stronger ones, or or the less desirable ones, and the ones that were closer related to them, because most times they were light because they were their family members. Actually, they were, you know, Mass's daughter as well. So they would let them sleep in the house.
And one of his goddess wives came to earth as Adam and Eve to start the human race. Thousands of years later, Elohim, in human form once again, journeyed to earth from the starbase Kolob, this time to have sex with the Virgin Mary, in order to provide Jesus with a physical body. After Jesus Christ grew to manhood, he took at least 3 wives, Mary, Martha, and Mary Magdalene. Through these wives, the Mormon Jesus, for whom Joseph Smith claimed direct descent.
So I don't know if anybody heard that, but that's one clear example of incest. Did you hear that? They said Jesus took 3 wives, Mary Magdalene, and whoever else. One of them fucking Marys is his mammy. I don't care what nobody says, unless every person he know name is fucking Mary.
No, no, no. But for me, the part that always gets me is that was God coming down, knocking on Mary's door.
Right. See,
And
that's the
said
part
to
of the story. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but that's the part of the story I can appreciate. At least this one, they are admitting that it was a human, a
with the human.
male and a woman coming together and having sex. It's not a spirit. It wasn't an immaculate conception. So at least I can follow this story a little bit better. I'm still not ready to bury my head in the sand, but I can follow it better.
It's more realistic, truthfully.
They're more
Well,
honest.
well,
They're more honest.
no. We're still talking about a God. It's still not God, but it's still a supernatural person, but has come down in the form of a human. I don't know. I don't know how it works.
I mean, it is still far fetched. I'm not denying that, but it covers some holes, some big holes. It put patches over them a little bit, but it's still stupid though.
Supposedly fathered a number of children before he was crucified.
Ugh.
According to the Book of Mormon, after his resurrection, Jesus came to the Americas to preach to the Indians, who the Mormons believe are really Israelites. Thus, the Jesus of Mormonism established his church in the Americas as he had in Palestine.
Just came to the Americas.
By the year 421, the dark-skinned Indian Israelites, known as Lamanites, had destroyed all of the white Nephites in a number of great battles. The Nephites' records were supposedly written on golden plates and buried by Moroni, the last living Nephite in the hills.
You see NJ's face.
Right, because I have never heard this part of the story before, and I'm just like, what the? No, let me finish. Go ahead. Let's finish it before I get started.
Cumorah. 1,400 years later, a young treasure seeker named Joseph Smith who was known for his tall tales, claimed to have uncovered these same gold plates near his home in upstate New York. He is now honored by Mormons as a prophet because he claimed to have had visions from the spirit world in which he was commanded to organize the Mormon Church, because all Christian creeds were an abomination. It was Joseph Smith who originated most of these peculiar doctrines, which millions today believe to be true. By maintaining a rigid code of financial and moral requirements and through performing sacred temple rituals for themselves and the dead, the Latter-day Saints hope.
Right there, did y'all see that? The list of stuff that he had on there that they're not supposed to drink? Did y'all see that? Let me go back a little bit.
Please go back.
Hold on. Okay.
By maintaining a rigid code of financial and...
Right there, that one, he got me fucked up. I'm not putting down the coffee for sure. The liquor, I don't drink. The rest of it, I'm cool, but I'm not putting down my coffee.
I got all of them. I got coffee, I got tea, I got cigarettes, I got liquor, I got Coca-Cola, because the Coca-Cola go in the liquor. The cigarettes, well, I'm part indigenous. We believe in tobacco. That's why y'all came over here and stole all the tobacco to send it back to the first Queen Elizabeth. But I'm digressing from the story. Coffee, hello. Isn't that like of the gods? Coffee, chocolate, same thing, of the gods. Tea is helpful, beneficial. Matter of fact, if you pick the right tea, it'll get rid of something you don't want. Just thought I'd throw that out there for good measure.
I'm not sure if Coca-Cola was even invented in his day. I know it came out sometime in the 1800s.
It was not. It was not. And it had cocaine in it when it first came out. That's the only reason they didn't like it.
Right. So I wonder who made that shit up. Or I guess they just made that up as they went along. I don't know. But I just don't see how a person logically can think that God would want you to wear a certain type of underwear and not do normal everyday shit. I'm naturally gonna think that's coming from a human being. So I just don't understand. What's up, Si?
Hey, Si.
Could you live with that vessel? Any of those conditions?
Not
Coffee
without
and
Coca-Cola.
cola.
Everything else, yeah.
Coffee and cola for me. But it doesn't say Diet Cola, does it?
Me too.
Coffee can go. Diet Cola? No.
Pathetic.
As I came to mix another Coca-Cola with my liquor, I find no more Coca-Cola. Damn it.
Yeah, that Joseph Smith. Joseph Smith has got rid of all the colas. That's why you haven't got any.
And play the rest of this.
moral requirements and through performing secret temple rituals for themselves and the dead, the Latter-day Saints hope to prove their worthiness and thus become gods. The Mormons teach that everyone must stand at the final judgment before Joseph Smith, the Mormon Jesus, and Elohim. Those Mormons who are sealed in the eternal marriage ceremony expect to become polygamous gods in the celestial kingdom, rule over other planets, and spawn new families throughout eternity. The Mormons thank God for Joseph Smith, who claimed that he had done more for us than any other man, including Jesus Christ. The Mormons believe that he died as a martyr, shed his blood for us, so that we too may become gods.
Fuck off.
Although there are thousands of Mormon churches throughout the world, there are only a few dozen Mormon temples. These massive structures play a vital role in the Mormons' quest for godhood. Mormons must engage in a series of occultic rituals inside the temple in order to become a candidate for godhood. Only an elite selection of devout Mormons are allowed to enter. To do so, the potential Mormon god must adhere to a strict code of ethics, including abstinence from tobacco or caffeine-based products, paying a full tithe to the Mormon Church, and wearing of the magic Mormon underwear 24 hours a day.
He has to receive a satisfactory interview from his bishop and from his stake president. There he's asked, or she is asked, certain rather penetrating questions about their worthiness, their morality.
Yeah, I never seen this part. That's why I ain't stop it. I think when the cartoon stopped. Asa,
So this
thank you
one's
for
wearing
stopping
the
by,
underwear right
Asa.
now. Hmm?
Them
So
shits
this
just
guy's
don't look
wearing the
comfortable to me.
underwear.
They like they just would be all up in your ass. Like you just have, like I just have to keep going like this to reposition myself. I don't know. Them shits look itchy.
Reggie, you're going to have
He's a full
to
tithe
do.
payer. That is the
You're
only
going
way that we
to.
can.
You're going to have to go over the Mormon Church and purity culture and how they try to get away with the rules of the purity culture. No sex before marriage.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Wait a
yeah.
minute. There was more to it than the underwear. There was more to it than underwear.
But I can't really explain it as good as Afro can. I know what she's talking about, but I can't really explain. I know they be jumping on the bed basically.
yes, some of them do jumping on the bed. Some of them do
Yeah.
So you mean
soaking,
it's like the
soaking.
nursery rhyme with the monkeys? No, 10 little monkeys jumping on the
Uh,
bed. Not one
uh-uh.
fell off. No,
It's
no.
it's more like that game we used to play here back in the day, like kind of like hide and go get it, kind of
Oh, okay. All right. I'm gonna be quiet.
like along those lines, but not no running and hiding. More like I don't know, I don't know. Afro, you can explain it better than I can. Shit.
So to do that, you need three people, right? So
Oh, I was going to explain, but it's okay.
go on and
Yeah,
explain,
go
please.
ahead, Vessel, go ahead.
You might do a better job at explaining.
Yeah, she's been quiet.
Go on, Vessel.
Basically, B and G laying on a bit, and just just the head going, and then the friend be jumping up and down the bed to make the rocking motion. But he just puts the head in, right?
So so hold on. So you're saying that it's three people, right? But
You
it's
need
only
a
actually
trusted friend. You
it's
need a
only
trusted friend for this.
it's only two people that are actually engaging in it. So
Yes.
the man is on top of the woman, and
Mm-hmm.
he just sticks the head in just a
Mm-hmm.
wee bit.
Maybe not even on top, maybe on the side or something. Because if it's on top, then you can't really stop it going all the way.
So then there's a third party that's jumping on the bed to make it just slide in and slide out.
So that he cannot say that
That he was doing the
he was
motion.
the one
That's
intentionally
it, MJ. That's it.
moving. Yes, yes, he wasn't intentionally moving. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's just one of the ways they try to get over. I think there's some other one, soaking. Is it soaking? There's soaking, and then there is the one where you go through the back passage.
NJ is getting on my nerves with her fucking hand. What's wrong with you? So what's soaking after?
Thank you, Malawian person. So myself and Malawian person. Hey, electric fame, good to see you. So
Oh
we
man.
are trying to organize a conversation, and I feel like people need to listen to Malawian person. She's in the comments right now. Um, so the kind of conversations that I have, I talk to people who have left religion. How did you make your way out of religion? But this is a bit different. Malawian person has deconstructed and found faith. So she's now a person of faith, and she wants to have a conversation with me about how deconstructing has helped her find faith. And I think that's interesting that, deconstructing can take people anywhere, really. It can take them anywhere. And so, yeah, we're looking at about um we said 8 o'clock, so in about 48 minutes. But I will need to run out quickly, set up the stream. So yeah, just that's what I'm planning to do.
Okay. I'm definitely gonna tap in. Anybody that's watching this, please follow Afro if you already aren't at say your YouTube page.
Should I put my link in the chat?
Yes.
Yes, you should. Yes, you do. Should you should put all the promotion that you can, all the promotion that you can, because one day, Vessel is going to get half of whatever she makes me, and that means I'm going to have a half of my own to just give out freely.
Yes, mommy. Yes, yes.
What are you guys talking about?
I'm the resident manager.
Oh, okay. Resident manager. Resident manager. Where's my YouTube link? Okay,
I'll be
that's my.
managing everyone.
I want you to talk about soaking or whatever that is. What is that?
Reggie, I don't see you.
Oh, hold on.
I don't see NJ either. Oh yeah, now I see you.
Afro, what is soaking?
1 second. 1 second. I'm trying to get the link. Um.
Make the head wet, I think.
Oh, you just linked my page. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know how you do that, but yes, soaking. Okay,
That,
1 second.
that's all. I'm trying to get my mind out of the gutter this particular Sunday. I don't know why I want my mind out of the gutter, but I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm
Reggie, can
I'm
I?
told.
No, on
I'm
this
told
subject
I
you
can focus
can't,
on
NJ.
money if I get my head out the gutter. I'm told.
Mhm. Not on this subject you can't, darling. No, it's got to stay there. I'll tell
Reggie,
you
can I
when
send
it's
it
Oh,
to
safe to
you?
get your mind out. I'll tell you when
Yeah.
it's
oh
safe.
darn. Oh darn. You mean I have to keep my mind in the gutter? Oh no.
Yes,
Lord
and then I'll tell
forbid.
you when it's safe to take it out.
Okay. So soaking is okay. Don't know if you can see this. So illustration of soaking. So soaking is a sexual practice of inserting the penis into the vagina, but not subsequently thrusting or ejaculating. Reportedly used by some of the members of the Christ of Jesus Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints (LDS), and news sources do not report it becoming a common practice. Some Latter-day Saints have said that soaking is an urban legend and not an actual practice. Others report knowing church members who have soaked. Right? So yeah.
This is
Um,
How,
this is like
how do you become
withholding.
how do you become knowledgeable and write the knowledge down without at first applying the knowledge to
Yep.
get the data that you are writing down? That doesn't even make sense.
so this is, I mean, soaking. The reason some popular news sources have stated that soaking serves as a purported loophole to the LDS Church's sexual code of conduct, called the Law of Chastity, which says that all sexual activity outside of a heterosexual marriage is a sin
Heterosexual being the
and
operative
further
R.
bars masturbation for church members. So the
That shit's
LDS
stupid.
Church teaches that it is wrong to touch the private parts of another person's body, even if they're clothed, outside of a monogamous heterosexual marriage. Some news sources directly state that the LDS Church and its adherents do not believe soaking is a loophole to the church's code. Well, because it says it, sources claim that it's difficult to know how common it is due to the secrecy and shame
Yeah.
around
But,
sex in the
but
LDS.
wouldn't you say that this is similar to withholding orgasm? Like you're with your partner and you know they're about to get there and then you withhold it. You don't
Right. I
allow
call
them
it
to get
edging.
to that.
I call it edging. I don't know what other people call it, but I call it edging.
This is
Yeah,
also
but that's kind of abusive though. Or it can be used in an abusive form.
Yes. Yes.
there's
Yes.
also something called thighing, right? Using the thighs.
Oh,
To
I get that. I've never heard of that, but that's kind of self-explanatory.
you can use the thighs, you can use the breasts, you can where the man puts his bits.
Hey, let's not forget the back of the knees.
The
Too
back of
many
the
people
knee.
forget the back of the knee.
I ain't
It's a
never
very
heard
good
that.
erogenous zone,
Now you're
believe it
teaching
or
me
not.
I ain't
something
never
I
heard
did
of
not
the back
know
of the
about, MJ.
back of the knee. Damn.
The back of the knee. Now, the juicier the knee, the better. Like I have bony legs. I have what is considered bony legs. So the
I
back
got
of the
chunky
knee would
knees.
not be erotic for a partner with me, but with someone with thicker knees, I'm just saying.
And
It's all that in
I
a
got
bag of
chunky
chips.
knees.
So my
See,
question is,
see, see.
so if you
I
the
got
man,
chunky
if you the man
knees.
in this situation, if I'm the man, right? Am I the kneer or am I getting knee? Because I want to go out here bragging. I want to be like, listen, I'm about to go knee the fuck out this bitch. I
Am
swear
I
to
the
God.
near? Get to
Yeah.
knee.
But see, I don't, if it's the other way around, I don't want nobody knowing. Like, what happened, man? She need me. I don't want nobody knowing.
Reggie, this is a part three. It has to be a part three. I'm sorry. Just yeah, it's too good. It's too good.
But knees, that's a new one. I thought I heard it all until I heard
Yay
knees.
for part 3.
Right, right. Now I thought that it was a rare erogenous zone. I thought that this zone would only be for very specific individuals. But I have found through data, trial and error, it kind of grows on people after a while. I don't know why. I've never asked. The point is, they tried it. They liked it.
My thing with what's the one you just talked about? What's it called, Afro? I just forgot that fast.
Tying.
Soaking, right?
Okay. Mhm.
You can't do that with no virgin dude. You can't. You
Why not?
cannot. Listen, I'm just telling you from my
Why
personal
not?
experience. From the first time me having sex, that's all I needed. One good.
No,
That's it.
Reggie. Listen.
I ain't need
Listen.
nothing else. That's it.
No. I listen. I think that because the person is a virgin, that's when it's easier because you would need it. There's plenty of um what do you call that?
Barrier.
Plenty of no restriction. The hymen. You would need to push really hard to get through the hymen, and
I
I
thought
get it.
we're talking about the
they can
male.
get away with this. This is why they can get away with soaking because they will get
I
to the
thought
point
you meant the
where
male.
they know that this is no longer, if I go further than this point, that I've broken the hymen.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
He's referring to the male.
A man, listen, one pump, a virgin dude, if he can last, if listen, if you a man, the first time you get some ass, right? Especially if there's no condom allowed, if your ass can last 5 pumps, you the greatest of all time. The greatest of fucking all time.
That is a keeper. I know from
You the goat.
experience. That
You the goat.
is a keeper. If you can find a version that can make it past 5 pumps,
I'm telling
you
you.
want that one. You want to keep that. You want to experience that. You want to train that. That
Mm.
you take time for. Now,
Afro.
if they are
Thank
one pump chump and they've been at it for 30 years, don't waste your time.
I'm talking
Don't
about the
waste your
first time.
time.
Listen, the first
Right,
time
right,
30
right.
years,
you can
But if
MJ.
listen.
you
30
find a
years.
You
virgin that
can't.
can make it past 5 pumps, if
He
you
the
can find a virgin
goat.
that make right, right, that is gold. That is gold. That is diamonds. Fuck gold. Diamonds. Like what's the
Man,
hardest stone out there in the world? The
I
most
lasted
valuable.
1.5 pumps. I ain't gonna lie to you. 1.5. And the point five was me pulling out dead. Was gone. I know she was mad as a motherfucker. I wasn't.
Yes, she was, but she would never tell you that. She let you have it. She let you have it. She let you have it.
She
I
let
hope
me
you
have
went
fun.
back and I hope you went back and fixed your mistake. If
I
not,
ain't
I
seen her since.
Oh my.
damn. So she is not remembering you well, but we can't all
I
be
remember
remembered
her.
well. There
Best
are
I ever
some that
had.
remember me terribly. There are some that remember me terribly. But I'm good. I'm good. I'm
Woo. Yep, 1.5.
So, Reggie, is there going to be a part 3 or no?
Shit, I know she probably was wishing it was a part 3. I bet she wish it was 3 pumps that day because I damn sure ain't make it that long.
I wasn't asking about pumps.
I know. I'm just fucking
About
with you.
3 parts. 3 parts of the LDS. Goodness. NJ, look what NJ is here.
Oh yeah,
NJ's
yeah.
here.
We could
When
do. We
NJ's
could do.
here,
We could do part 3. We could
we
definitely do
can
part 3.
never speak to.
I barely even read anything about Brigham Young ass. There's all kind of shit about his ass, so we can definitely touch up on him again and that soaking shit. But I that's you know what Afro. That's why they call it soaking. The same shit I just said. You let a virgin dude get in something one time, gone. As soon as you
Now,
feel that motion.
here is the funny thing. Back in the day, long time ago, they used to have this thing called harems. Now, in these societies where they held harems, they were taught by the method of soaking. Ain't that some crazy shit? They wanted them to be good before the actual breaking of the hymen occurred. So soaking was actually used as a training skill. It's a crazy idea, I know, but it did happen in real life.
They just you just get to hold your stamina by just seeing how long you can just stand there without moving. Just, I
Right.
bet you that time.
And no matter how many times trained, and no matter how many times the process was done, nobody's hymen should be broken. Are you getting where I'm going with that?
Yeah, that's some bullshit. That's torture. That's fucking torture. But anyway, what the rest of y'all got going on the rest of today?
So I'm just setting up the stream for later on, and yeah, I think we might stream to TikTok on my backup channel and on YouTube. So
I saw the
look
backup, and I was wondering if that was a good backup. But now that I know, I will make sure I follow the backup for. Why are we having a backup? Emergency cases, I'm
because
guessing.
I'm banned on the.
Haters.
What? Again? Why? You know what? I'm sick of TikTok. I'm sick of TikTok. I spend less and less time on it every day. If it wasn't for you guys, I probably wouldn't know it still existed. I'm not even gonna lie for the perpetrate. But anyway, for the rest of my day, before I leave here right now with my dirty mind intact, thank you, whomever. I love my dirty mind. I'm going to spend the rest of the day doing more gardening. Um, I have to go ask my sons to cash at me some more money because I've lost my pack of cigarettes. I'm sure that they are tired of me by now. Cost them a whole damn $20 a week. Oh my gosh, I'm an overpriced woman in these here Americas. Anyway, I digress, and I'm going to enjoy the birthday boy and birthday girl because I don't know why, but this particular married couple are born within days of one another.
NJ, have you got Cash App?
As a matter of fact, I do. I do. I do. I do.
Is it in your bio?
No, it is not. I took it out a long time ago because there was this controversial period of time where everybody was like, if your Cash App is up there, you're a beggar and we don't want you around. So I had taken it down. But then I noticed right after that happened, all those same people put their Cash Apps up in their Bible, in their
Mm-hmm.
bios. It was the funniest occurrence. It really was. And I just never got around to fixing it. I never put it back. That's all.
What about you, Vesta? What you got going on today?
I'm continuing my live.
Are you still
We're,
live?
yeah, we're currently doing part 2 of Living in Bondage now.
Oh, so I can come and catch up. I will
Mhm.
drop in there and ask what timestamp we are on, and I will catch up. I will do
Yeah,
that. I will do
we've
that.
just gone
Because it's
past where he's unalived his wife for ritual
oh,
purposes, and he's got all the money. And now he's gone and married his side chick, and he's seeing the wife as a ghost. She's haunting him.
she's haunting him. She,
Uh-huh.
Fuck haunting him. She ain't killed him yet. She ain't just reached in, grabbed his heart, and just squeezed.
Mm-mm.
Why? How come these demons and stuff can't do the neat tricks? I don't understand. If you gonna come back and haunt somebody, how come you can't do the neat tricks where you just be like, I don't like you. Just reach in, grab the heart, squeeze, and watch them drop. How come they can't do that trick? I've seen it in movies. I'm just saying.
So I'll probably, well, I definitely gonna stop by and check out your page, Vessel. Also, I'll stop by and check out Afro, your interview with Cy. Thank you, Cy, for stopping by. Thank you, Vessel, for stopping by. Thank you, NJ, for stopping by. Thank you, Dean. Thank you, EE, with the clip for making that clip about me and putting it on Twitter about comparing a child abuser to a fake religious story from centuries ago. Shout out to you. Make sure next time I come on here, I want to see you here. Every time I stream, I want to see you here. Please show up. I need you. Denisha, thank you as always. You're such a great help. You're such a great supporter as always. Who else stopped by today? Thank you, Erica. Thank you, Miss Masani. You're always stopping by. Malawi person, aka Sai. Thank you for stopping by. Electric Kane, thank you again for stopping by. Who else? Afro, thank you again. Thank you whoever didn't comment, that's actually still watching. Next week, same time, probably on time
Thanks
next week.
for having me.
Oh yeah, Vessel, you're at home whenever you're here. Thank you for coming by. Probably start around 11:30, 11:45 next week, depending on everybody's schedule for part 3 to the LDS Mormon Church. Thank you again, everybody, for stopping by. Good night. I'm about to cut the music on.